Picture the human body as a quiet city that never sleeps. Billions of tiny homes, our cells, shine like street lamps, each one busy making energy, repairing damage, and sending messages. The electricity that keeps every lamp burning is oxygen. Nobel Prize-winning scientist Dr. Otto Warburg spent his life showing that when this oxygen supply slows down, the lights start to flicker. Cells grow weak, mistakes build up, and sickness has a chance to move in. Yet his real gift to us was not only the warning, it was a simple guide on how anyone, at any age, can keep oxygen flowing all day long. He discovered 8 daily habits that tilt the body toward balance, health, and surprising energy. In this section, we explore those habits in plain, everyday language, then weave real stories so you can see how small choices add up to big change. Think first about how you start each morning. Most people swing their legs off the bed, feel a little stiff, and head straight for coffee or tea. Caffeine seems harmless. It wakes the brain and gives a quick jolt. But overnight, while you sleep, your body loses water through breathing and sweat. Blood becomes a little thicker, like soup that sat on the stove too long. If you add coffee, a mild diuretic, without refilling lost fluid, the blood thickens more. Thick blood struggles to glide smoothly, so red blood cells cannot carry as much oxygen to organs. Dr. Warburg urged us to treat the first 5 minutes of the day like watering a garden. Keep a glass ready on your bedside table. Fill it with warm water and squeeze in a bit of lemon. Why warm? Because body temperature water slips into the stomach without shock and wakes digestion gently. Why lemon? Its slight acidity signals the liver and gallbladder to send out bile, which helps clear last night's wastes. Sip slowly. Let the water move through your throat and picture it thinning your blood, freshening each cell. Clara, a retired teacher who always blamed her morning fog on age, tried this switch. 3 weeks later, she laughed. I thought I was getting old, but I was just dry. After water comes food, real, fresh, and green. Warburg called leafy vegetables living breath. Spinach, romaine, arugula, kale, and fresh herbs like parsley or dill carry chlorophyll, the pigment that turns sunlight into sugar inside plants. At the center of chlorophyll is magnesium, a mineral that relaxes blood vessel walls and lets more oxygen move through. Add sweet peppers, grated carrots, sliced cucumbers, and a spoon of pumpkin seeds for crunch. Dress the bowl with a splash of olive oil and another squeeze of lemon. Make this salad a non-negotiable part of your day. Lunch for some, dinner for others, or even both. Luis, a 72-year-old bus driver, replaced his white bread sandwich with a loaded salad. At first, he felt hungry sooner, but he stuck with it. By week 4, he noticed he could climb the depot stairs without gasping. His doctor later trimmed 1 blood pressure pill in half. The only big change was plants pushing his blood toward alkaline, a range where oxygen travels easily. Snacking often ruins that balance. Mid-morning or late afternoon, little cravings pop up. We reach for biscuits, candy, or salted chips because they sit ready on the desk or kitchen shelf. Refined sugar hits the bloodstream like a flood. The body scrambles to pull it out by releasing insulin. Any extra sugar that can't be burned for fuel quickly gets stored as fat. The same sugar also reacts with proteins in blood, forming sticky clumps that slow circulation. Salty snacks create a similar traffic jam by pulling water out of cells, making blood thicker again. Warburg observed that each small junk food bite pushes the body toward an acidic state, the very setting that starves cells of oxygen. His swap was straightforward. Keep a small jar of raw almonds or walnuts within reach. Eat a small handful when hunger tugs. The nuts give protein, fiber, calcium, and magnesium, which buffer acids. For variety, stir a teaspoon of spirulina powder into a glass of water or a smoothie. Spirulina is a blue-green algae rich in iron and B vitamins, perfect for raising the blood's oxygen-carrying power. Mina, an office clerk who loved chocolate bars, replaced her sweets with almonds and spirulina water during a 1-month challenge. She dropped 2 inches from her waist and her migraine diary went blank for the first time in years. No diet plan can rescue a body that rarely moves. Warburg's 4th habit, daily movement, sounds obvious, yet its power hides in consistency. When muscles contract, they squeeze veins like little pumps that push used blood back to the heart and pull clean blood in. Movement keeps lymph fluid rolling and clears acids away before they settle. You do not need a gym membership. A 5-minute walk after each meal, 2 laps around the living room chair, gentle arm swings while watching the news. Each piece helps. Grandfather Abdul set his phone timer to beep every hour. He stood, stretched, and paced to the balcony. In 2 weeks, the aching in his knees shrank. A month later, he played tag with his grandniece without needing ice packs afterward. The oxygen reason is simple. Exercise opens tiny capillaries, those single-file blood lanes that deliver air to every hidden corner. Even bigger than walking is breathing itself. Most city dwellers breathe shallowly. Hunch over a keyboard or slouch on a sofa, and the diaphragm cannot drop fully. Lungs fill only the upper chest. Stale air lingers down below. Less new air means less oxygen per breath. Warburg championed deep, mindful breathing as an overlooked medicine. Stand by an open window, on a balcony, or under a tree. Inhale slowly through the nose to a count of 4 while pushing your belly forward. Pause 2 seconds. Then purse your lips and blow the air out for a count of 6 or even 8. The longer exhale empties old carbon dioxide, letting the next inhale deliver more fresh O2. Do 10 rounds morning and evening. Editor Prakash began this ritual during a stressful deadline period. 1 week in, his blood pressure numbers fell, and his brain felt like someone wiped fog off a windshield. Food returns to the spotlight with meat, the 6th habit. Warburg never told people to quit meat completely. He respected tradition and taste. What he warned against was charred, processed, or fatty meat. High heat turns animal fat into compounds that the body finds toxic. Smoke and chemical preservatives add another acid load. By choosing small portions of lean meat, say 150 grams of boiled chicken, baked fish, or gently steamed turkey, and by adding at least 1 vegetarian day each week, you lighten digestive work and reduce inflammation. Maria, who thought pork chops were her nightly treat, switched to soft poached servings and filled half her plate with steamed zucchini. 6 weeks later, her cholesterol panel surprised both her and her doctor. Some vegetables sneak onto plates wearing healthy disguises, yet still cause trouble. Dr. Warburg pointed a finger at high-starch choices such as white potatoes. Though natural, potatoes break down to glucose very quickly, spiking sugar and pushing blood toward acidity. That in turn blocks oxygen's smooth ride. Swap mashed potatoes for cauliflower puree, oven fries for roasted bell pepper strips, or potato curry for a fragrant mix of eggplant and okra. Harish, an engineer with a chronic skin rash, took the swap seriously. After 4 weeks of potato-free dinners, his rash cooled and his usual after-meal fatigue faded. Finally, the loop closes with water. Habit number 8. Water is more than a drink. It is the river that carries oxygen's boat. Without enough water, plasma, the fluid part of blood, thickens, and red cells struggle to glide. Kidneys cannot flush acids, temperature control falters, joints run dry. Aim for 2 liters a day, mostly room temperature or warm. Sip, do not chug, so kidneys stay relaxed. Remember Warburg's stark math. A single glass of sugary soda needs 30 glasses of water to neutralize its effect. Anita, who downed 2 colas every evening, swapped them for cucumber mint water at lunch and plain water at dinner. Her nighttime heartburn, which once woke her every few hours, disappeared within 2 weeks. Morning energy climbed because her body no longer battled acid buildup while she slept. Put these habits together and you see a living chain. Warm lemon water thins blood. Salads provide the minerals that keep blood alkaline. Nuts and spirulina shield against sugar spikes. Movement and deep breathing push oxygen to the edges. Lean meat feeds muscles without smoke or grease. Smart veggie swaps avoid hidden starch floods, and steady water flow keeps the whole system clean. Warburg proved that disease cannot easily gain ground in a body where oxygen moves freely. Health begins to look less like luck and more like turning the right key in 8 small locks each day. Need proof beyond labs and lectures? Look around the world at blue zones, regions famous for high numbers of centenarians. Okinawa in Japan, Ikaria in Greece, Sardinia in Italy, Nicoya in Costa Rica, and Loma Linda in California. Researchers find the same pattern: meals centered on fresh plants, small portions of fish or goat, daily natural movement like gardening or walking hills, strong community ties that encourage laughter and reduce stress, and water or herbal drinks instead of sugar-sweetened beverages. None of these people study scientific journals at breakfast. They simply follow habits that mirror Warburg's oxygen rules. Still, many of us hesitate. We fear change, fear giving up favorite foods, fear looking out of place when friends order fries. Yet habit change can start with one swap rather than a full menu overhaul. Promise yourself tomorrow's breakfast glass of warm lemon water. The next day, add a 5-minute walk after lunch. Layer the nuts in place of cookies on day 3. Build slowly. Each successful swap releases a little dopamine, the brain's reward spark that makes new routines feel good. Mindset matters too. Warburg's research might sound technical, but the emotional takeaway is hope. Our cells listen to what we do, not just to our genes. Your family may have a history of diabetes or heart disease, but daily oxygen habits speak louder than family trees. Picture every choice like turning a dimmer switch. A sugary snack slides the light toward dim. A handful of almonds nudges it bright. A rude night of soda dulls the glow. A liter of water polishes it. The switch resets many times a day. Perfection is not required. Average direction matters more than single slips. Community helps as well. Share the 8 habits with a friend or spouse. Make a pact. Text each other a green checkmark every time you finish your 2-liter water goal. Walk together. Swap salad recipes. Social accountability triples success rates because humans dislike letting friends down more than letting themselves down. Abdul kept walking because his neighbor waved from the balcony each hour, reminding him that the next lap waited. Measurement keeps the journey honest. You do not need fancy trackers. Note morning heart rate, waist size, number of stairs climbed before breathlessness, or whether that afternoon nap still feels mandatory. Most people see resting pulse drop and waistbands loosen within a month. These early wins keep motivation alive while deeper health changes brew quietly inside arteries and lungs. At the end of this first part, hold the image of your body as that sparkling nighttime city where every lamp is a cell and oxygen is the electric current. Dr. Warburg handed us the breaker switches. Hydrate, eat living plants, swap junk for mineral-rich snacks, move often, breathe deep, choose gentle meats, pick low-starch veggies, and flood the system with clean water. When you flip those switches on, darkness, fatigue, inflammation, chronic disease finds fewer places to hide. The city lights grow bright again, guiding you safely down streets of clarity, strength, and long-lasting life. If you feel inspired, whisper the word oxygen aloud right now. Let it remind you that every sip, bite, breath, and step today carries the power to feed your cells tomorrow. Stay with us. Your future self is already cheering. The Day to Century Blueprint. Turning 8. Rules into a 100-year lifestyle. Imagine holding a roadmap that guides you from this morning's breakfast all the way to your 100th birthday. Dr. Warburg's 8 oxygen rules give us the landmarks, but a journey still needs a clear path, gentle slopes, and rest stops. In this part, we turn those rules into a simple routine that fits normal life. You will not need fancy gear, rare food, or long gym hours. All you need are ordinary items already in most homes, plus a willingness to protect small habits every day. We will move through the hours of a typical day, morning, midday, evening, and night, then zoom out to look at weekly checkpoints, seasonal tune-ups, and lifelong mindset. By the end, you will feel how tiny steps link together like beads on a string, strong enough to stretch across a full century. The morning sky is your first helper. Open the curtains, breathe the cool air, and sit up slowly. A glass of warm water with lemon waits on the bedside table. Lift it with 2 hands, feel the gentle heat, and sip until the glass is empty. While you drink, picture the water thinning your blood, so oxygen can ride smoothly to every corner. When the glass is dry, place it down and spend 2 minutes rolling your shoulders, circling your ankles, and stretching your arms overhead. These small moves pump away the heavy fluid that collects in legs and fingers overnight. They also shake loose morning stiffness before it becomes pain. After the stretch, head to the kitchen for breakfast. Fill half your plate or bowl with leafy greens, spinach, lettuce, or whatever fresh leaves you find. Add bright vegetables like tomato, carrot, or bell pepper. Spoon in a small pile of soaked oats or cooked millet. Drop in 5 or 6 almonds or walnuts. Dress the mix with a drizzle of olive oil and a squeeze of lemon. Eat slowly. Try to chew each bite until it feels like a soft mash. Slow chewing triggers saliva and starts digestion early so your stomach can relax later. While you eat, keep a calm rhythm. No phone, no headlines, just food and quiet breathing. If you take medicine in the morning, sip more plain water with it. By the last bite, you have watered the garden, fed it mineral-rich soil, and let sunlight reach every cell, all before the clock strikes 8. Daily responsibilities begin next. Some people go to work, others care for family, and some enjoy retirement hobbies. Whatever fills your hours, anchor the morning block with movement bursts. Set a simple alarm on your phone for every 50 minutes. When it rings, stand up, walk to a window, breathe deeply 5 times, and swing your arms front to back 10 times. The whole break takes 1 minute yet lifts oxygen flow just enough to wipe away building fatigue. If walking is hard, squeeze and relax calf muscles while seated, or press your palms together and release. Muscles that squeeze push blood along, and blood that moves refreshes the mind. A moving body also keeps lunch hunger gentle instead of sharp, which helps you choose calm food instead of emergency sugar. Lunch arrives around midday. Picture your plate as a traffic circle with room for 3 cars. The largest space goes again to vegetables, leafy, crunchy, fresh, or lightly steamed. The second space, about the size of your palm, welcomes protein. It might be steamed fish, boiled eggs, tofu, or lentils. The third, smallest space, hosts whole grain rice, sweet potato, or a slice of whole grain bread. Flavor everything with lemon, herbs, garlic, or turmeric instead of heavy sauces. Sip a cup of warm water or ginger tea. While eating, pause midway and ask yourself if you are still hungry. If not, cover the plate and save the rest for later. Finishing food only because it is there can overload the bloodstream with leftover sugar and fat that later turns acidic. When the meal ends, stand and walk for 5 minutes. A loop around the garden, along a hallway, or up and down a flight of stairs is enough. This tiny walk taps muscles that soak up sugar, preventing the mid-afternoon slump when eyes droop and brain fog rolls in. Afternoon hours can stretch long. To keep energy steady, prepare a small snack box in the morning. Fill it with raw almonds, sunflower seeds, or a couple of dates. Keep a bottle of water nearby and mark its halfway point. Aim to reach that line by 3 o'clock. When thirst whispers, take 3 slow swallows. Deep breathing pairs well with water. Inhale through the nose, count to 4, hold for 2, then blow out through pursed lips to the count of 6. Repeat 5 times. This pattern pushes stale air from the bottom of your lungs and pulls in fresh oxygen that recharges brain cells. It also tones the vagus nerve, which calms heart rate and lowers stress hormones. By late afternoon, you have moved, breathed, and hydrated so often that physical tension never gets a chance to pile up. Evening signals renewal rather than decline. The setting sun tells the body to start repair, but heavy dinners can drown that signal. Plan supper to finish at least 3 hours before bed. Begin with a bowl of soup made from zucchini, pumpkin, or mixed greens blended smooth. Soups hydrate while they nourish. Follow with steamed vegetables and a small serving of boiled chicken, turkey, fish, or chickpea patties. Add spices like cumin, coriander, or black pepper for taste. Avoid frying because oil at high heat forms compounds that raise acidity. If family tradition loves fried snacks, save them for rare celebrations and choose a small piece. When the meal ends, rinse dishes right away to avoid mindless picking. Fill a mug with warm herbal tea, chamomile or peppermint are gentle, and head outside for a 10-minute walk. This short stroll encourages muscles to pull sugar out of blood, smooths digestion, and loosens joints that might have tightened during the day. Back home, dim indoor lights to send signals to your brain that night is here. Open a window slightly, even if only for 15 minutes, to replace stale indoor air with fresh. Sit on a chair or lie on your back. Place one hand on your belly and breathe slowly. Feel the belly rise fully on inhale and fall fully on exhale. Count 10 breaths. As thoughts come, let them pass like clouds. Deeper breathing invites more oxygen and washes away built-up carbon dioxide, preparing tissues to repair during sleep. If you often wake with cramps, sip a little water and stretch calves before bed. Keep phones and screens outside the bedroom if possible. The blue light wakes the brain and blocks melatonin, which you need for deep, healing rest. Sleep crowns the day. Aim for 7 to 9 hours. A cool room, a dark window, and gentle belly breathing pull you toward deeper stages where hormones rebuild muscles and tidy up brain connections. If sleep feels broken, review evening habits. Heavy meals, late caffeine, bright screens, or worries can each tip the acid-alkaline balance in a direction that reduces oxygen flow and keeps the brain half awake. Fix one factor at a time and note changes in a small notebook. Days build into weeks. To keep momentum, choose one day each week as a meat-free reset. Replace animal protein with beans, lentils, or chickpea curry. Notice how your stomach feels lighter the next morning. On a different day, extend your usual walk by 10 extra minutes or try gentle yoga or Tai Chi at home by watching free videos. Stretching joints increases the reach of capillaries, feeding fresh oxygen deep into tissues that regular walking sometimes misses. At week's end, reflect for 5 minutes. Ask, did I meet my water target at least 5 days? Did I move after meals? Did I finish dinner early? Praise yourself for each yes. Human brains learn faster through kindness than criticism. Zooming out further, each season invites special actions. Spring brings warmer mornings perfect for planting herbs in pots. Caring for living plants adds extra movement and supplies fresh flavors that encourage vegetable dishes. Summer days offer sunlight rich in vitamin D. 10 minutes of early or late day sun on arms and face can lift mood and boost immunity. Autumn's cooler air is wonderful for longer walks without overheating. Use it to explore parks or new streets. Winter often means indoor time and heavy food, so trade one comfort dish for a bright salad each day and practice deeper breathing near a sunny window to keep oxygen high when you stay inside. Mindset glues all other habits in place. Repeat aloud, I am an oxygen farmer. When you drink water, Imagine watering fields inside your body. When you walk, picture sweeping dust from factory floors. When you rest, see workers repairing equipment under clean light. Playful images turn chores into purpose and make habits stick. Write a one-sentence journal entry each night that captures the day's strongest oxygen moment. My salad tasted like fresh rain, or balcony breaths cleared brain fog. Reading these notes later shows you how consistent small wins grow into big strength. Social support multiplies success. Share a glass of morning lemon water with a spouse, invite a neighbor for an evening walk, or post your 2-liter water streak in a chat group. When others cheer you on, the habit loop tightens. If friends tease you for declining soft drinks, joke kindly, "I'm saving room for oxygen." Humor disarms pushback and may even spark curiosity from people ready to improve their own routines. Challenges will appear. Cravings might hit when stress rises. If sweet hunger roars, dissolve raw cocoa powder in hot water with a sprinkle of cinnamon. The rich scent often quiets sugar urges without a spike. Joint pain could limit walks. In that case, stand near a counter and march in place or try seated band exercises. Forgetting to drink water is common. Tie a colorful ribbon around your wrist to signal a sip every time you notice it. A small solution applied quickly keeps a small slip from growing into a setback. Tracking progress does not need fancy gadgets, but numbers help. Each month, before breakfast, note your resting heart rate, measure waist at the navel, and count how many steps it takes to feel winded on your home staircase. Many people see heart rate drop by 4 beats, waist shrink by 2 centimeters, and breathlessness fade from 6 steps down to 10 after 3 months of steady habits. Celebrate each hint of progress by buying a new herb plant, downloading a favorite song for walks, or writing a thank you note to your own body. Long-term vision matters most. Think beyond hitting 90 or 100 because of a tally on the calendar. Picture dancing at a great-grandchild's wedding, gardening without back pain at 88, or learning a new language at 92 with a clear mind. Every small, oxygen-friendly act today pays forward into those vivid scenes. Dr. Warburg's science explains the why, and this gentle schedule offers the how. Let us wrap the blueprint in one last stroll through the day. Wake with warm lemon water. Stretch gently. Enjoy a bright salad for breakfast or lunch. Choose almonds over cookies. Move for 1 minute every hour and for 5 minutes after each meal. Breathe slowly at windows. Eat lean, gently cooked protein in small portions. Fill dinners with steamed vegetables and stop eating 3 hours before bed. Walk as twilight settles. Sip herbal tea. Dim lights. Breathe deep and sleep in a cool, dark room. Repeat. Layer weekly meat-free resets, seasonal sun or herb projects, playful mindset images, simple progress checks, and loving social ties. That is all. The body is eager to heal when given steady support. If this guide feels big, remember it grows from seeds the size of a sip, a bite, a breath, and a step. Choose one seed tonight. Plant it. Water it tomorrow. Watch it sprout next week. Soon, habits will weave themselves until they feel as natural as breathing, because they quite literally are. Type balance in the comments and share the first habit you will plant. Subscribe so we can nurture these seeds together. Your cells are listening. Feed them richly. Move them kindly. Let them breathe deeply. And joy will carry you across every season toward a bright and active century.